A Gest of Robyn Hode, the 8th Fytte, 418–456, by Frank Sidgwick. Argument. For a jest, the king disguises himself and his men once more, this time in Lincoln Green, which he purchases off Robyn Hode. The whole party proceeds to Nottingham, where the appearance of so many green mantles causes a general flight of the inhabitants. The king, however, reveals himself, and after a feast, pardons the knight. Robyn dwells in the king's court for 15 months, at the end of which time he has spent much money, and has lost all his men except Little John and Scathlock. He therefore begs the king's leave to go on a pilgrimage to a shrine of Saint Mary Magdalen in Barnsdale, and the king consents, but allows him only 7 nights' absence. Robyn comes to the greenwood, and shoots a great hart, and on blowing his horn, 70 yeomen come and welcome him back, and he dwells 22 years in the greenwood. In the end he was betrayed by his kinswoman, the Prioress of Kirkesly Abbey, and her lover, Sir Roger of Doncaster. It has been suggested, by Professor Barnsdale, that the episode of the king's disguise in green is an intentional variation of the episode in the 3rd Fytte, where the Sheriff of Nottingham is forced to wrap himself in a green mantle. In any case, it is probable that most of this 8th Fytte is the work of the compiler of the jest, possibly even the delightful verses, Stt. 445–6, in which the joy of greenwood life overcomes Robyn. One could wish the jest ended with Saint 450, but it is clear that the compiler knew of a ballad which narrated the death of Robyn Hode, no doubt an earlier version of the Robin Hood's death of the Percy Folio, a ballad unfortunately incomplete. See page 140. Every famous outlaw of English tradition visits the king's court sooner or later, and makes peace with the king. But Robyn's independence was too dear to him, and to the ballad singers whose ideal he was, to allow him to go to the king voluntarily. Therefore the king must come to Robyn, and here the compiler, perhaps, saw his opportunity to introduce the king in disguise theme, and so evolved the 2 last Fyttes of the jest. The 8th Fytte 418. Hast thou ony green cloth, said our king, that thou wilt sell no to me? Ye, for God, said Robyn, 30 yards and 3. 419. Robyn, said our king, now pray I thee, sell me some of that cloth to me and my mane. 420. Yes, for God, then said Robyn, or else I were a foal. Another day ye will me clothe, I trow, against the yole. 421. The king kest of his coal then, a green garment he dyd on, and every night also, iwys, another had full sown. 422. When they were clothed in Lincoln green, they kest away their grey. Now we shall to Nottingham, all thus our king gone say. 423. They bent a their bows, and forth they went, shouting all in fear, toward the town of Nottingham, outlaws as they were. 424. Our king and Robyn rode together, for soth as I you say, and they shote pluck buffet, as they went by the way. 425. And many a buffet our king won of Robyn Hode that day, and nothing spared good Robyn our king in his pay. 426. So God me help, said our king, thy game is not to lair. I should not get a shote of thee, though I shote all this year. 427. All the people of Nottingham they stowed in beheld. They saw nothing but mantles of green that covered all the feldy. 428. Then every man to other gone say, I dread our king be slown. Come Robyn Hode to the town, iwys on live he left never one. 429. Full hastily they began to fle, both yeomen and knaves, and old wives that might evyll goo, they hipped on their staves. 430. The king low full fast, and commanded they may gain. When they say our comely king, iwys they were full fain. 431. They eat and drank, and made them glad, and sang with notes high. Then bespake our comely king to Sir Richard at the lee. 432. He gave hym there his londa again, a good man he bade hym be. Robyn thanked our comely king, and set hym on his kne. 433. Had Robyn dwelled in the Kinge's court but 12 moneths and 3, that he had spent £100 and all his men's fay, 434. In every place where Robyn came evermore he laid down, both for knighties and for squires, to get hym Greta renown, 435. By then the year was all agone he had no man but twain, Little Johan and good Scathlock, with hym all for to gone, 436. Robyn saw young men showed full fair upon a day, alas, then said good Robyn, my wealth is went away, 437. Sometime I was an archer good, a stiff and eke a strong, I was compted the best archer that was in merry England, 438. Alas, then said good Robyn, alas and well a woo. If I dwell a langer with the king, Sirrah will me slew, 439. Forth then went Robyn Hode till he came to our king, my lord the king of England, grante me mine asking, 440. I made a chapelle in Barnsdale, that seemly is to say, it is of Mary Magdalen, and there too walled I be, 441. I might never in this 7 night no time to slepe ne wineka, nother all these 7 days nother eat ne drinky, 442. Me longeth sore to Barnsdale, I may not be therefro, barefote and wallward I have height thider for to go, 443. If it be so, then said our king, it may no better be. 7 night I give thee leve, no langre, to dwell fro me, 444. Gramercy, Lord, then said Robyn, and set hym on his kne, he took his leve. Full courteously, to greenwood then when he, 445. When he came to greenwood, in a merry morning, there he heard the notes small of birds merry singing, 446. It is fair gone, said Robyn, that I was last here, me list a litel for to shoot at the dun deer. 447. Robyn slew a full Greta hart, his horn then gone he blow, that all the outlaws of that forest that horn could they know, 448. And gedred them togider, in a litel throw. 7 score of white young men came ready on a row, 449. And fair dyd of their hodes, and set them on their kne. Welcome, they said, our dear Maester, under this greenwood tray, 450. Robyn dwelled in greenwood 20 year and 2, for all drade of Edward our king, again walled he not go, 451. Yet he was beguiled, iwis, through a wit woman, the Prioress of Kirkesly, that nigh was of hys kin, 452. For the love of a knight, Sir Roger of Doncaster, that was her own special, full evyll mote they the, 453. They took togider their counsel Robyn Hode for to sle, and how they might best do that. Deedy, his ban is for to be, 454. Then bespake good Robyn, in place where as he stowed, tomorrow I must to Kirkesly, craftly to be letten blowed, 455. Sir Roger of Doncaster by the Prioress he lay, and there they betrayed good Robyn Hode, through their false play. 456. Christ have mercy on his soul, that died on the road. For he was a good outlaw, and dyd poor men mock goad.